Welcome, everybody, to the American Space Museum. I'm Marquette. We're so glad you're here to stay curious today with Mr. Triple T, Travis Thompson.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Travis, of course, was lead of the astronaut Close-Out Crew during the shuttle era, put all those astronauts in their cozy little seats to leave the Earth for a little while. And we've been enjoying your stories for well over almost 2 years now.
Almost 2 years,
Stay Curious program. So how you doing?
I'm doing good. I had a good day. I didn't get the docent today, but a little bit a little while ago.
Are you going to try to be here tomorrow?
Yeah, I'm going to give it a shot.
Okay.
I've been looking for a place to live, so my daughter and I, so.
Yeah, me too. Wrong time. Looking for a place to live in the high-stakes real estate world here, where everything's doubled since 11 years ago when we worked the last space shuttles. But we love keeping that memory fresh with great people like Travis telling the stories that nobody can. And today we've got some personal pictures from your personal album that we're going to save there. Marty's got the sign that says audio muffled, and Marty, I don't know what to do about it.
I've already messed up.
Nobody troubleshot that problem today, so I don't know how to do anything about it, but sorry that our audio is muffled. We're not sure what the problem is, so we'll try to speak up a little louder and take the marbles out of our mouths. So we'll be getting a hold of Trekkie Techie or someone to help solve that problem that just appeared overnight. Don't know what's going on. But we do want to say thank you to Mr. Jay Honeycutt, former director at Kennedy Space Center, and Butch Stevens, who was a team member of the Bill Elliott NASCAR team, as we had a great program yesterday where NASA helped NASCAR 30 years ago solve an overheating problem in the cockpits of the stock cars. It was actually 900 degrees at some of these guys' feet, and they were having second and third degree burns. And how'd they solve that problem?
They had insulated blankets that they used, shuttle, stuff.
Yeah.
They cut them, made them specifically for the cars and the floorboard. I remember the techs doing it.
I understand that the Miller car was in the one of the OPF. It was in the thermal protection system.
Yeah, they bought the car, and that's how they determined all the blanket sizes and all of that stuff. So yeah.
Well, we thank, of course, always Jay Honeycutt, who's becoming a good friend of our museum. His whole family was on board watching it.
Yeah,
we appreciate you, Mr. Honeycutt, taking interest in Stay Curious in the projects here at our nonprofit. Yesterday was also Asteroid Day, where we celebrate not if, but when a big asteroid is going to hit the Earth, and what are we going to do about it. The date was chosen. You know who invented Asteroid Day for this awareness? We ever heard of the rock band Queen and their guitarist, Brian May?
Yeah, okay.
Well, he's an astrophysicist, and he started Asteroid Day a few years ago to bring this awareness.
This is the first time I don't remember Asteroid Day.
No, well, Brian May, guitarist for Queen, he'll rock you all the way to the next asteroid. So
cool, that's good.
We celebrated that, and there's a lot of good stuff going on in Luxembourg over this weekend. And Alex Carl, our ESA friend in Europe, actually had a program on Monday you want to check out about Asteroid Day. And he had astronaut Ed Liu give us a shout-out at the American Space Museum on Asteroid Day yesterday. So, the other big news going on we want to tell you about is Artemis, the SLS rocket. They're trying to move it back to the VAB. We've been hit with some horrible lightning storms at night and so forth. But it's a weather situation, but they're going to bring it back to the VAB in there. So what do you got there, Murray? Try not to talk over each other. We're trying. It's making the muffling worse, and that's a frustrating technical issue for me because I don't know anything how to solve that, Marty. But so we wanted to let you know that the VAB, the SLS is trying to get back to the VAB the next couple of days. We do know that the launch window opens up August 29th.
Awesome.
Because of the moon phase, they want to have the and it's actually going to orbit the moon for over 3 weeks, but it's going to be in a big loop that'll go out over 200,000 miles and then come back in 60 miles. to test the radiation on mannequins.
To see how much radiation astronauts are going to get, yeah.
That's right. So book your vacations now, because we've heard through the grapevine August 29th is the target launch date, and there's 2 other opportunity dates in September, and each launch window is a couple days.
So I would come from anywhere.
That's right. And so we're going to kick off today's show here with a little bit of the shuttles of July, 1st of July here, and we had STS 94 launch, but this is the 83 label logo, because 93, look at that.
It got.
Why are they the same there? That's kind of cool to look at that change.
Yeah.
What's going up here that we have the same logo and the same crew?
It got canceled. Or actually, they launched. Right. And had to come home.
April 4th, you launched them in 1997 on the Microgravity Science Lab that was planned to be for 2-week mission, 16 days actually. And after 4 days, the mission was cut short due to a problem with fuel cell number 2, and Columbia landed April 8th, almost 4 days in space. And then they fixed the problem. A 4-month turnaround, which I'm told by Orbital Processing Facility Manager Terry White is the record.
Yeah.
Turnaround, and this crew, again, we're going backwards there. This crew become 94, the same crew members, and there they are on their walkout. Thank you, Tom Usiak. I did get your photos this afternoon, and this beautiful walkout photo there of the crew that includes Commander Jim Halsell there in the front. Pilot Susan Still Kilran. She was Susan Still when she orbited this mission. So this, of course, her second mission. Halsell was 4 of 5 flights. Janice Voss, 4 of 5 flights.
I remember her, yeah.
Don Thomas, an Ohio Knot, from the great state of Ohio. He was his 4th and last mission. We hope to get Don Thomas on a Stay Curious.
That would be good. He's a good guy.
Roger Crouch, his 2nd and last, and Michael Gernhardt, his 2nd and last. So Gernhardt, Crouch, and Still were on the first mission of 83, I mean, and they never flew again. I don't know much about Kilran there. She... don't know if she wanted to be a commander, because usually a couple times a pilot you're a commander.
Yeah.
This is the only time, Travis, that you put the whole crew twice in the same order.
I remember it was redundant. Yeah.
So 4 months apart, deja vu all over again.
Yeah.
They did complete their mission, and it was a good one.
Yeah.
There's the beautiful launch. Thank you, Tom Usiak. You know where he took that picture? That's a gorgeous shot over 39.
The mosquito.
39B, actually. I'm pretty sure that was 39.
I know there was more water at 39B, I believe.
Where there are, no, I correct myself. 39A, the original pad. So that might be the. That's too close to be the turnaround basin.
Yeah.
But a gorgeous shot, Tom Usiak.
Yeah,
he does in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, and he and his brother Mark were a team that photographed over 70 launches, and we are proud that they want to be partners with the American Space Museum.
Good friends with our museum.
That's right. And they've donated their entire library of original photographs to our museum to share and do what we wish to do with. So, and we will be doing things down the line. So. And what else we got here? Triple T. I didn't go get my pictures printed out. I don't think I printed our pictures out, but that's okay, because we're gonna kick off your little photo album here today on Stay Curious.
Okay.
Well, first, before we get into that, did you have anything to say about the Artemis and
I just can't wait. I mean, I'm a little dismayed that they don't want to hear from an old guy. But I think we could have helped them on some issues that they've had with their seals and stuff. So, but I'm just excited. I can't wait to see this thing. Nobody's ever seen it, and I guarantee it's going to break windows.
You think it'll break windows?
I think it will.
It's just 1,000,000 pounds more thrust than the Saturn V, but
Well, they broke windows, jealousy windows back in the day, and people used to try to get NASA to pay for their windows.
Oh, really?
NASA was like, and not happen.
Marty Winkle, my cameraman, co-producer for this over 2 years. Marty, what do you say?
I don't agree with Travis because jealousy windows were old and they're
Yeah.
basically brittle. They're not very well built. Nowadays,
He thinks today's
Yeah.
windows, particularly on the coast, to withstand
And
high winds of
Yeah, because everything's hurricane proof now and all that. But yeah, in the old days, the jealousy windows, they would just fall right out.
Well, all right. Well, we're excited about it. I will give a little footnote that Marty would probably like me to get is it does have 2 pop bottle rockets on the side.
Yeah, yeah.
And that Saturn V had pure liquid fuel that was
7.5 million.
those
pounds.
5 F1 engines were fueled all together. But
It's still gonna be.
it's going to be amazing. And the Chamber of Commerce events I go to and the hotel people are predicting the largest crowd ever for
Wow.
eclipsing Apollo 11 even.
Wow.
Because of, well, you got a whole group now under 35, 40 that are now heavily involved in the space
Right.
program and bringing their family and friends.
I can remember.
Marty, what do you think about that? You think he'll outstrip Apollo 11 attendance-wise of 1,000,000 people or so?
no,
He says no.
I don't think
Okay.
because that was Apollo 11. That went to the moon and landed on the moon.
Uh-huh.
This will be big. Don't get me wrong. I don't think it's going to be quite as big as Apollo 11, though.
Yeah. Well,
That's just how
It doesn't have the same meaning.
no, it's
that's
not.
for
It's
sure.
not crewed, but I guarantee you, when we're crewed going to the moon, that'll probably
Oh, yeah.
break the records.
Yeah.
Ask somebody to respond on this and make some adjustments. Don't know if it's better or not.
Oh, well, Marty's made a few adjustments. If any of you could ask us if it's better or not. This Streamlabs program we're doing, you'd think doing 600 episodes every day, we'd have it down, but these computers have minds of their own, and we've got Trekkie Techie in here resetting stuff and little toggle switches that they go deep into.
Yeah.
So it's amazing, and we're blessed by you watching our Stay Curious program that I don't know anything about it because Marty and I had a time working this thing together, old school wise. But we're glad that you're bearing with our technical issues. We'll get them resolved, and the best way we can resolve them is with money and better equipment. Of course.
Yeah.
And we're a nonprofit, and anytime you want to give, you can give with confidence because I'm holding here our letter from Charter Navigator that says the American Space Museum earns a Give with Confidence 95 out of 100 rating from Charity Navigator, an institution that rates nonprofits and what they deliver to their constituents and supporters. So, of course, it's tax deductible, and you are giving, and we appreciate that. So,
And we need
if you want to just earmark things for Stay Curious, they are earmarked for Stay Curious by our wonderful director Karan Conklin, who informed me the other day the wells run dry of the for our little ledger of Stay Curious. So, but that's all right. We're getting by just great. So. Let's get into your little memory book here, Triple T, because everybody wants to shut up and hear your stories. Here you are in about 85, 86, when you were hitting that steak and shake pretty hard.
I was hitting it pretty good. I think that might be 134.
Oh, yeah, that is 134. That'd be 2011.
And it's not, I know I'm at the turn basin. I'm at where I stayed to watch the launch because I had to be able to get back in case of an emergency. And I can't go far without my radio. So that's what you see around my shoulder.
There you go. You got your name tag there, and that's the gamma ray, the big observatory, the big magneto observatory, alpha gamma ray emitting observatory that is now on the International Space Station. That they took up there. So we got some memories here. Now there you are. What's going on there? Party in the back, business in the front.
That's in Columbia. I actually was doing a job while I had to save the ejection seats.
Ejection seats.
Yeah, we had ejection seats the first 4 shuttle mission.
Okay.
And we had to put pins in them. I believe there were 7 pins. And you'd put the pins in to safe the seat. And the quality was there, and he took my picture. I took my bunny suit hat off, which I'm not supposed to do.
This would be 1981 or 80, even late 80s.
Somewhere, because I don't believe Columbia has flown yet.
Right.
Because I'm working in the OPF, and we didn't make a pad crew until around STS-5.
Now, would this be the regular seats that they would fly? Because you and Marty told me over and over that the hardware inside the shuttle and in the LEM that Marty worked on was designed for weightlessness or 0G or on the Moon 1.6 gravity. So as to save weight. So is that a real seat there?
That's the real seat. The only thing is there's no cushions on it right now.
Oh, okay. All right.
But
Yeah,
that's the.
But you had a reason to be there. Because you had to arm the ejection seat that was used. Because these are experiments. The first test flight.
Test flight.
2 astronauts.
It's the only vehicle that's ever flown with people on it as a test flight.
Mm-hmm. What was the astronauts' opinion of if that would really work? How was that supposed to work?
I think they were confident, because I don't believe they would have done it without being confident.
Okay.
Seriously.
But it's supposed to blow the hatch overhead, and then the ejection seats were like an F-15 or...
Yeah, they were straight out of some aircraft. I don't remember. And, the forward window, the top windows would blow off, all in the same second or two, and one seat would go right before the other seat so that the other guy didn't get burnt, but it was just a little bit of a delay, just not even, not much. But yeah, they were confident if it,
Well, what John Young said about it?
I don't remember.
Yeah, he thought it'd probably work when we get out of there, but it'd be toasted like a marshmallow by the SRB people.
And that's what I thought about too, But they're supposed to separate, glide, bail out, whatever.
Was it more of a psychological thing that you had an escape system than to think through it? That
I would
this
think
really gonna work?
I would think it would have helped me to know I had at least a chance.
Mm-hmm.
But after the 4th mission, we took them out. Mm-hmm. So we were confident that the vehicle was, what it was supposed to be. So
now, Travis, 1980, 81, when this picture was taken, look at you all young and wild and everything.
Yeah.
But then all the orbiters were converted to glass cockpits.
Yeah, around mid-90s.
So Columbia was one that had a glass cockpit.
Yeah.
So when you sat in that, what was the difference like?
The screens were different, but most of the panels stayed the same, but they did change the wiring and things like that. And,
What other things did you do in there? Did you have a little duster with you?
I was a forward vehicle test mechanic. So my job was to do whatever needed to be done. I cleaned up the toilet after flights. I wiped up.
That was fun.
I wiped up nasty stuff, yeah. And I was a forward mechanic, so I did everything forward into the vehicle, inside or out.
Can you think of an example of a common thing after a mission you'd have to do?
One of the common things was taking everything out that was stowed for the flight. So the first thing you do is flight crew systems would come and start taking lockers out and stuff like that. So we would have to support them and, have it open and have it powered up or whatever that they needed. And then you just did normal everyday work. You get a job, you'd have to go put in a little panel or something, and
how much did you have to do that immediately on the runway after a landing?
The runway, the most important thing is to keep it powered up and to get the flight crew out and the new crew that's going to do the rollover to the OPF, Orbiter Processing Facility, to get them in. So you want to do that in a timely manner because the flight crew, They might have been in space 6 months, who
Mhm.
knows? So we got to get them off. We try to do that as quick as proficient as we can. But they also have the guys in Scape have to go around the bird and sniff check to make sure before we can even open the hatch.
We don't have a picture of it. Tell us what the Scape is.
Scape is a self-contained breathing apparatus. It's a rubber suit. We got $3 extra an hour to wear it.
Did you? We have one hanging in our
astronaut
or our space worker. Marty got certified on the Scape suit.
Yeah.
It's that white looking one that looks like
It's a
Gumby.
Yeah, Gumby. They did call it a Gumby suit.
Did they call it Gumby
They
suit?
did call it a Gumby suit a few
But it's
times.
white. All right, good. Okay, good. Well, let's see what other picture you pulled out of your
All right.
memory banks there. There you go. What?
Okay.
Were you frame houses on the side? What's going on?
Well, I wanted you to see this because not many people even know what this is. It only got used twice that I know of. It's called a strongback, and this is when we went to the 1984 World's Fair in New Orleans.
Mm-hmm.
Right here where we are is Mobile, Alabama. So what we had to do is we went to Mobile, this strongback, this yellow stuff. That's what my buddies Mike Parker and Brad Bornstead are there, and they're bolting everything together, and there's no MDD, no mate-demate device in Mobile, Alabama.
Put the shuttle on the 747 or
Right.
take it off the 747.
So the 747 and the Orbiter Enterprise landed there in Mobile. So we had to put the strongback together. We got 2 stiff-leg derrick cranes, big cranes. And one on each end picks up this frame, and then this frame has cables and stuff, and that's how you attach it to the orbiter. And then you can pick up the orbiter off of the 747. And this frame, they used it at Mobile, and they used it when we landed at White Sands.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's no MDD at White Sands either.
Huh. Well, that's
We
interesting.
still having trouble.
Yeah, Marty says we still got a little muffling on there. No, Marty, it's always been on buttons. I've been under.
All I know how to do is talk. So
Yeah. Well, this we're going to talk about that World's Fair in New Orleans because we've got some we've talked about before. Maybe we'll do that show next week because the shuttle was put on a barge.
we floated it.
Floated in there. That's quite a picture.
Floated it down the Mississippi, and then when it got to where it was going to be in New Orleans, they sunk another barge, brought the barge with the shuttle in it on top of it, and then we could roll the orbiter off onto this big concrete pad that they had. And then we jacked it up, and I did get to open the hatch for some special people.
Did you?
Yeah.
Like the governor or
No. They told me
what or blondes or brunettes? What
Well,
kind of special
it's
people?
kind of a strange combination when I say this, but this limousine pulls up. They told me there's a couple of celebrities coming, and we want you to open the hatch and let them in. I said,
Who
okay.
told you that?
NASA.
That's okay.
NASA says, because I'm the hatch
I
guy.
don't want NASA police out here.
Yeah.
After the show.
Well, I'm the hatch guy, so they came to me and said, you're going to have to open the hatch. And this Cadillac limo pulls up, and out is Bob Hope and Brooke Shields.
Bob Hope and Brooke Shields. What a
And who knew that Bob Hope was a space geek? I put him in the commander seat in the Enterprise. He flipped switches and played with stuff.
Is that right?
And I'm thinking, I used to sit cross-legged and watch you on TV, and
Marty, how many people you think watching know who Bob Hope is? Marty's laughing. Well, if you're under 40, it's legitimately. You might not know Bob Hope was a comedian, a Buckeye from Columbus, Ohio.
Another Ohio.
In all kinds of movies that were comedy movies. had a series of movies, went around the world or something. But he was, what Bob Hope was most known for was going to troops in Vietnam and boosting the morale with his comedy. And Marty, what did he always have with him? Did you ever see him when you were in Vietnam do anything?
No, I got assigned to do something else. I was in Da Nang Air Base when he showed up, but I couldn't get there.
He was Marty, a great Vietnam veteran, URA Marines. He was in those Sikorsky helicopters. Said that when Hope was in Da Nang that he had got assigned to do something else. But what would he always have with him on stage? Golf club. Yeah, that's right. So the great and Brooke Shields, hubba.
Oh my Lord, she was just gorgeous.
Well, what did she? Did you let her flip some switches?
Yeah, I let her. You know, I think she was interested in it. She was amazed a little bit, you know, but I don't think she was a geek like he was.
I didn't realize he was a space geek.
I didn't know it at all.
Of course, John Glenn coming from Ohio also. I'm sure they were buddies.
I think he did a movie going to the moon, the Crazy Astronaut or something like that.
Okay.
I think
Don Rickles.
Yeah, that's who I'm thinking of.
Don Knott. All right, good. Well, let's go back to, let's hit another memory album here, picture of you, Triple T. Here we go.
Now that is Columbia at the MDD, Mate device at Edwards Air Force Base. STS-1.
Interesting.
So I had my camera with me. I took the shot.
The hydraulics, the pipes there, you know, kind of throw me. Is there hydraulics things?
Well, everything. Yeah, we also run hydraulics to raise the gear.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
So we have to have that kind of stuff there. And they use the cranes to pick it up and down. And that's a regular swing that's different than the strong back that I showed you earlier. So like I said, that strong back, I wanted to show that because this is the main intent. You know, this is how you take orbiter off. But there are other ways, and we only used it twice that I know of.
Tail number on orbital vehicle 102.
Yes, sir.
Is what Columbia is known to the workers of Kennedy Space Center and those that built it, which that's your nomenclature. You call these birds by a number. Yeah. And it took me about a year to get them down pat. But
Endeavor was 099.
Yep. No. That was Challenger was 09.
Oh, it was. Challenger was 09.
Yeah. Endeavor was the last one, 105.
Endeavor.
Yeah. Endeavor, the last one, 105.
No, I'm thinking of Enterprise. What was Enterprise?
Enterprise is 101.
Yeah, 101.
All right. And the 100 is just kind of pieces and parts, I understand.
Okay.
And 103 was the Great Discovery, the one that flew the most.
And Varhazy.
And Atlantis was 104 and 105. So, well,
I can't wait for California to stack
their birds.
Yeah, I want to go there. I hope they're going to have a white room.
Just tell them what you're talking about there. You mentioned when you say California, you're going to stack it.
Yeah, California has a bird. They're raising money right now. Endeavor. And they're raising money right now. And what they're going to do is stack it vertical with an ET tank and solids. And I believe I've been told they are going to have a white room that you could walk to the.
If we're going to put it up there, you hope that they have some scaffolding built so you can go up and look and see it up close like that. As cool as that sounds, it can never be cooler than Atlantis coming in for a landing in the air out there
that was way
in our
cool.
facility there. And it's tilted at a certain attack angle, I understand.
It's supposed to be like it would be on orbit, or coming in. But that is an excellent facility that they've built there. That's gorgeous.
Marty, we got any questions or anything going on over there?
A comment from Robert Law. Bob Hope was born in London, England.
Bob Hope was born in London, Robert Law says. Now, I wonder what... it's Friday night in Dundee, Scotland, and he's into his second martini, maybe. But I do know Bob Hope has spent a lot of time in Ohio, and so Anyway,
That
thank
was
you.
an amazing thing. You know, who would have thought? You show up, you know, I was 25, freshly divorced. You know, here's Brooke Shields. I was like, who?
I mean, and what year was that? The
84.
84. Okay. Heck yeah, they were very super. This is before internet and all that social media
We
stuff.
spent 2 weeks in Mobile and 2.5 weeks in New Orleans.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had to come back a couple of weeks later and open the hatch for the fair. So, and you know, I was 25, freshly divorced, on per diem. Hello.
What time of year was that? Was it around Mardi Gras? Did you get you some beads?
Oh, I got lots of stuff while I was there.
I'll bet. All right. Well, here's a great picture that we love. We know that you love Stay Curious and Tales with Triple T. My God, bro, there you are in a pumpkin suit.
Yeah, pumpkin suit. This is in Houston at Building 9, and we had to go to Houston to do our emergency egress training because you're not allowed to train in the real vehicle.
Okay.
They're not worried about us getting hurt. They're worried about the vehicle getting hurt. So we had to go to the mock-ups in Houston. This is in Building 9. And what I'm doing here is I made all of my guys wear the suit because we're putting in astronauts. I wanted my people to know what the astronauts were going through, how hot they got, you know, how I wanted them to wear the suit so they knew what they were doing.
Looks like pretty hot by your sweaty look
my
and
sweaty
hair there.
We just did body drags. I was
Body drag?
I was a suited subject. So what it is NASA always says that they train worst case scenarios. So the training is all 7 astronauts are incapacitated. The closeout crew or the fire department has to come in, get them out as they're incapacitated. So that was pretty hot in there. So my head's sweaty, but you know, I wore the suit several times just to make sure, you know, that was the whole reason, to let my people know.
Marty's got a question.
Yes, sir.
Did you wear everything? Diapers and everything?
Yeah.
Marty's saying, did you wear everything?
Yeah.
Meaning the underwear, the fluke, and the diapers, you're saying?
Yeah.
Diapers and
I wore the diapers, yes.
And the male receptacle for nation.
You're not coming out.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I did. You're not coming out of that suit very easily. And that even wondered, you know, they love going to the bathroom on the 195. I always wondered how they pulled that off. But they always like it. It's a tradition.
Well, tell us a little about wearing the suit. Of course, the 99% of us have never done this. Now, are you talking about? Okay, you just talk. I wonder how much room there was and how it felt inside.
You can move good. It is hot. It's a little heavy. Once you put that suit on and the harness and the boots and the helmet, that's 60 pounds. So if you weigh 200 now, you're 260. You know, so that was another reason why I used. I got some controversy over this, but I started going to the little girls' secretaries and stuff because I had a guy that was 230 pounds without the suit on, and when I was moving him, I blew my meniscus out on my knee.
This is training to get them out.
Training to get them out. And my NASA guy holler, stop, because he heard my knee blow right there. He could hear it. So I went to smaller people, I went to secretaries and asked them, hey, do you want to wear a spacesuit? You know, and let me drag you around. And if I got a 120-pound girl, now I got something I can work with. So
Not many 230-pound astronauts.
I don't want to train like that. You know, I want it realistic, how it's going to be. So yeah, 300 pounds is not hard. That's not easy to work with.
How about our good friend at Johnson Space Center, Suit Tech Sharon McDougal?
Sharon.
You involved in that?
Oh yeah, she was in charge of all of my suit techs that worked for me.
Hi, Sharon. Hope
Hi,
you're
Sharon.
watching Stay Curious.
She was good. She was the boss, and she was kind of like my counterpart. But she took care of us while we were there, and we would go for 3 or 4 days training. You know, we were on TDY, getting paid to be there. And, you know, we'd go to the NBL and see all the cool stuff while we were there.
So you put all this stuff on and, like, you know, gloves, helmet, all that stuff, and you're breathing good. Any claustrophobic feeling?
I didn't get it because I'd worn that skate suit several times. You know, I was used to it, but I did have a girl one time, a secretary, that kind of freaked out a little bit.
And you have communications systems in the helmet?
Yeah, we do, and we have a comm system in the mock-up where we can talk if they, you know, they could be like real crew because we're putting them in, we're strapping them in like it's launch day.
Well, my nose itches. So what do you do about that?
Hey, you got a helmet on, you know. Just kind of it.
All right. Well, any other questions there, Marty? Putting the suit on, that has to be pretty cool. Not many people get to do that.
That was fun.
So there's a lot of secretaries around the Houston area that bragging about they put an orange pumpkin suit on.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mark Usiak. Hope your big brother there, Tom, is watching. Yep, he's down there watching.
Cool.
Pam Shivik, thank you for watching today. Dave Stange, I know Dave and Larry Pushko are going to be enjoying some Michigan fireworks over the weekend.
Oh, yeah.
They do it right up there around the lakes and so forth.
I went to D.C. one time on 4th and saw the fireworks at the Capitol.
Say hi to our girlfriend and friend.
Oh, Ophelia, yeah. Hey, babe.
How you doing there in Normandy?
Oui.
Keith Sewell, glad Keith's watching us, and James Sigler is watching us.
Good.
So we're appreciative of everybody. Hope everyone has a safe Independence Day weekend here in America. It's on, everyone gets Monday off, so we always love it when a holiday falls on a Friday or Monday.
Oh, yeah,
we can have
cool.
a 3-day weekend. Our museum will be closed on Monday. We find that during holidays, the tourism, they don't want to come here to the museum. They want to do other things. But we'll also remind you that the museum is going to be closed July 18th for the rest of the month as we have new carpet being put down in our little museum in downtown Titusville. However, Marty and I will carry the torch and still be doing our normal Stay Curious program.
Okay, good.
We have lined up next week Mr. Hugh Harris next Wednesday to bring us kick off the Shuttles of July.
Okay,
That
good.
we'll be talking with you about Triple T.
Awesome.
And so we're really progressing along, trying to make Stay Curious a program that is worthy of your attention and your friends' attention as we want it to grow on YouTube particularly. So let's see what other final little picture we may have out of the Thompson album. Oh, there we go. Who's that?
That's my sweetheart, my daughter, Tanya.
Hi, Tanya Thompson.
Yeah, and she got to come and watch that launch. And I had her at the...
which was 135?
or 4.
134. I'll consult the scroll here. The date of that.
Kelly was the commander.
Mark Kelly. That was on. That was April 29th.
Okay.
April 29th, and Mark Kelly was the commander there. Tell us a little bit about taking your families out to the Kennedy Space Center to see launches.
It was hard because you had to get what was called a launch pass.
It was hard. They made it hard.
They just didn't give launch passes to just anybody. You know, you had to kind of like apply for it, and then they only had X amount too. So they just give so many launch passes out. But I had a launch pass for that day, and I got her there, and I got to bring her, let her see my closeout truck and stuff like that, you know.
And I'm looking to see if I put the time of the launch on there. I didn't on my scroll. Something to be added. But they did have regular family outings out there, did they not?
Yeah, they did, and you could
Tell us about those a little bit.
You could, well, the main thing, we had a big family picnic once a year at Cars Park.
At Cars Park,
Yeah,
which is,
that was,
what does Cars stand for, remember?
I can't remember. Kennedy, or
Any recreational service.
that was it.
Okay, Kennedy Recreational Service. Yep, they have a nice, I've been on that. That's a cool little park over on
Yeah,
Merritt Island.
good park. I played softball, baseball there, or softball.
I was invited out in 2000, about 5 years ago, to a family event. It was at the VAB.
Oh,
And they had hot dogs and hamburgers and all that sort of stuff. So,
well, my wife worked there. She was a quality control, so.
but you never had family events during the show.
I remember a whole lot. Not in the VAB.
Well, certainly they have fireworks shows over there.
Yeah.
Nowadays, all right, all the pyrotechnics hanging around there. So, well, good. We've enjoyed having you today. Enjoyed Triple T as usual. You know, we're at the precipice of a new age here, and we do not want to forget the old age of the shuttle, because so much of our life today has been changed by the shuttle and the International Space Station. That is, it's really, that's what the shuttle will probably most be remembered for, is building the International Space Station.
Yeah, the space station, Hubble. I heard today on the radio on my way here that there's over 1,000 spin-offs directly from the shuttle program. That now they have all this. I've always heard, Marty, I don't know if it's true, but Velcro, did NASA invent Velcro?
They did.
I've heard that. So that was one of the spin-offs. There was a couple of things, batteries, stuff, that they didn't tell everything, but it said over 1,000 things.
Well, think of this. You go to a hardware store to buy a drill or a jigsaw or something like that. I don't think you can find one that has a cord on it. I think they're all got batteries, the Nikon batteries that were pioneered by the Apollo guys.
Yes, sir.
Taking drills to the moon that were powered by batteries.
Yeah.
And 50 years ago, by the way.
Yes, sir.
But I was looking around Ace Hardware at the and I'm going, I don't see any of these have electrical cords on them. Now they might be wound up in there, an accessory to it.
I didn't think about that.
They're all interchangeable.
That is true.
So anyway, that's a big deal for you all out there. So, well, anything else you want to add, Triple T?
That's about it. Wanted to say hi to my daughter, and
Well, hi to my daughter Jessica.
Yeah.
She's watching too. And well, great. Well, great having you always here. And
I love it here.
If you're in the area, he said he'll be here tomorrow doing a tour too.
Yeah.
And always a great tour when Triple T's here. And you're hearing from the horse's mouth. I'm the non-space worker here among two greats that I call national treasures, Marty Winkle and Travis Thompson.
I always tell people I'm not smart enough to make it up. I was there.
And I agree with that. Okay, so
I'm okay with that.
well, hey everybody, thank you for a wonderful week of staying curious. This was our 605th episode that Marty and I have brought to the public.
Awesome.
And we look forward to just improving it every week. We come up with ideas. We've got our nice little studio here that was in our Hubble Gallery. I've got an office in here. Mr. Terry White was sitting next to my desk. We're going over how we can create a new program for you, the Shuttle Garage with Terry White. He's the guy with the real handlebar mustache that we've had on Stay Curious, and it was going to be a big part of our Shuttle Fest that we're planning. Shuttle Fest 2 already next April. So, Marty, thank you for a great job on Streamlabs. We're sorry. We'll work out our audio problem here as we go along. We appreciate you all watching us. We appreciate Tom Usiak sending us this gorgeous launch photo here, as he always does. And
Isn't that cool?
And thank you to all of our staff here at the American Space Museum, particularly Karan, Conklin, our executive director, who is executive producer of this program, as well as bringing aboard new STEAM education programs and outreach as we are halfway through the month of the year of 2022, looking for bigger things down the line. So when you plan your vacation here in the fall, you're going to see a really beautiful new museum with carpet, and we've got a new conference room and so forth. So
they're doing drywall now, yeah.
Yep, doing drywall now in our conference room. So, Triple T, we hope to see people in here in our museum to what? Bridge the space between us.
Come see me, please.